So, welcome back everybody to my 5th episode of the Kickstarter series. Today we're going to take a look at Planetary Annihilation, which is the successor to the Total Annihilation franchise and, more recently, the Supreme Commander franchise. The original Total Annihilation came out in 1987. Yes, another millennium, so to say. And it was the first game that sported 3D graphics in a real-time strategy game. Up to then, most of the games were sprite-based and basically didn't have real 3D motions in them, 3D animations, 3D models in them, and no 3D terrain. Total Annihilation changed that and it had various features that were, in my opinion, very ahead of its time. One thing that you can basically see here in the background, what I'm doing already, is I have given my commander, you have a central commander figure that's the main target of every mission. You have to take out the other commander and make your commander survive. Your basic commander and every build unit, including your commander, can be given queues of things to build. And as you saw a second ago, I've given my commander some very complex waypoints to what to build when, and he's basically just doing all the queue here in order. This is especially interesting because can basically be done with almost every unit. There's an AI sub-commander that I have employed, and basically every unit can be given very complex orders what to do, and this is something that made the original Total Annihilation series very complex and very, from my point of view at least, very interesting. That combined with the possibility to take cover behind walls or mountains, and with a very complex, or coupled with a very complex unit layout, because and that's the case. Oh, there's the enemy.
Enemy commander detected.
Yes, there's the enemy commander as well. And that basically made this game very interesting for me at the time already, because you have, besides land units, you have so-called walker units, so bipedal units, aircrafts. You actually have some of the maps are based on water, so you have ships, construction ships, as well as battleships later on in carriers, and they're this thing is very interesting for me because you really have to see how you diversify your army. And I, for one, in the original game, often try to go to on a very defensive position and use later units like long-range artillery units to basically defend my portion of the map. And long-range artillery units basically had the benefit that you could basically, even on the larger maps, cover a whole quarter of the map. The game basically has two resources. One of them is metal, one of them is energy. And the little bit higher concept is that you basically don't want to ever encounter a resource stall. So basically that you're running out of either metal or energy, because if you do that, you will be unable, or all your production will be stalled, and simply your basic base layout should accommodate that you can sustain producing all the units that you want and employ them regularly. Here you can see me placing down a radar. Radar dish in this game basically helps you observe the enemy, and the interesting thing about this is that you won't see what kind of enemy it is, but you will see on the minimap, basically, or on this game, in the fog of war, you will see there the unit marker already being present. So this game basically is produced by Uber Entertainment. A lot of the old Total Annihilation programmers are in there, are working at Uber right now. So you can see it's very much a labor of love as well. And to me, the new concepts that they introduced, like being located on the planet, even though it's a very scaled down planet, you see that basically if you go north long enough, or go to the north long enough, that you will eventually come to the North Pole. That's a little red icon that you saw perhaps a few moments, I think, to my upper left, and that's one of the things that they now introduce. You can see here my commander actually is helping is assigned to the factory and is helping out with the factory, as well as the other construction units. And another thing that you will see here that is very reminiscent of the Total Annihilation series is everything that you destroy remains as a destroyed building or a destroyed unit, and you can actually recycle them. As you can see here, I'm preparing my forces to join the sub-commander in destroying the enemy commander.
Enemy commander detected.
We've detected the enemy commander, so I'm looking where he is. There he is, and I basically gave my units the go-ahead to attack him. And the commander in itself is a very strong unit. He has a very strong gun and can take very good care of himself, so you really need large masses of forces to basically take him down. Another concept that they introduced that I cannot show you here is you can actually now, because you're on a so-called or in a solar system, you can basically transfer units to other planets, and even if you have small moons, it is possible to strap rockets to the moon and basically deorbit it and let it crash down on the enemy commander. There you can see my units have engaged the enemy commander. I'm here readying my next wave, so to say. And you can basically, if you press shift and left click on any unit you want to produce, it automatically produces not one but 5 units of them. And all these, it's kind of creature comfort things, but these things really make a difference in making this game much better handling on a large scale, or giving you a large scale. While if you have older games or RTS games like Command and Conquer, you're very much microing all your yeah, and there you see we destroyed the commander. You're microing all your units. Here you can see you can basically later on use the to replay this, and after every single battle you get an tech, and you can basically go ahead and use the tech and in your next fight. So I hope you liked this quick view of Planetary Annihilation, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.